Hello everybody and welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a last video, but I finally kind of got around to it. I've been really busy, and as everybody knows, I live up here in the north and you got to make the best of the summers. So something had to go, and I just kind of kicked back on the YouTube thing a little bit. But I do have another one kind of related to what's been keeping me busy, and stick around, we'll talk about it. I'm Ron and this is still my place. So it's been a wonderful summer so far. I've been fishing a lot, and I know some of you don't like fishing, but I don't judge you. Please don't judge me. Let's just move on and talk about 3D printing. So I ended up finding a model while I was looking around after basically watching some of a video from Joel Telling, 3D printing nerd over there, and it got me into an area, and I was searching around, and I kind of hadn't printed something cool for a while. So I was looking around on Thingiverse and ended up finding sculpture, if you will, of largemouth bass, which is my fish that I like to fish for. So I wanted to print one. I thought it'd be cool. I'm going to probably put it at work on the desk, and I think it turned out really, really well, but there's a lot of supports, so it looked cool enough that I wanted to actually show you all before I destroy it when I'm pulling the supports off. So anyways, let's take a look here real quick and see what she looks like. So as you can see, I didn't quite put enough outer perimeters so you can certainly see the infill inside. But there's a couple things. There's the crosshatch you see is actually part of the model, and it's also kind of a low poly count model, if you will. So at some point you'll be able to see the actual low poly type concept, and it looks really cool. And I thought, like, the fins and everything, I mean, it's not perfect, and you can see layer lines, but I just really liked it. And this is Maker Geek's crystal. So my idea was it was going to be kind of a translucent, and if everything goes well, I may even, I don't know, rig a little kind of backlighting or something like that. But for the most part, I really liked it. And the fins being thin like that kind of gives the same look. I printed them all. You can see the old mouth gaping open there. Those aren't teeth. That's got to be removed. And it's not going to be fun. But I thought it was going to be kind of cool. So there's that. And then the only other pieces to it is, I should have probably changed this, but that's the way it was labeled, and I like to use the models as they were said. So they got a big mouth bass, but that's fine. You get the same idea. It's just a basic little stand here. Whee! And then a post. So the post is going to go up top, and then the bass slide on top. So I'm going to get some supports off. So that started taking way longer than I thought it was going to be. That would have been, even with the time lapse, would have just been annoying. It was a bit monotonous getting it off of around all the fins and everything. But as you can see, it actually turned out really, really good. I think it looks amazing. The amount of supports was crazy, but Prusa Slick 3R just, I don't know what it does, but that separation layer just is amazing. I've never even been able to get that to work as well in Simplified 3D. It just, for whatever reason, it just peels right out. The only piece that I'm kind of struggling with a little bit is in the mouth. There was a little bit on the bottom side that was a little bit hard to get out of there, but for the most part, I am really pleased with it. I think it looks beautiful. I am completely pleased with it. So there you go. I printed the fish actually on the Mark III at 0.15 using Maker Geeks Crystal PLA, kind of translucent, if you will. And this is Maker Geeks PLA, just some light lime green or something or other. And I printed these actually on the CR10. So the CR10 did the base and the stand, and then the fish were on the Mark III, of course. You saw the build plate earlier. Stands and this were 0.2. Like I said, these were 0.15 with all the standard temps and whatnot. So just wanted to get that in there because if I don't say it, somebody always asks. Largemouth bass, that's what's been keeping me busy for the last few months, actually. Winter, believe it or not, up here in Minnesota, the leaves are already starting to turn and some of them falling off the trees. So that means only one thing, that summer's starting to come to a close and winter's just around the corner. So I'll be back a lot more, and I do have a few more ideas that have been popping into my head that I want to get to. One of which is I bought another Prusa, but I didn't buy it, I bought it for work in my group. And I put that together, and I was gonna do a video and share some thoughts between the old Prusa Mark III when it came out, you know, November last year, and then now. So yeah, that went well, and we'll talk about that. So that's about all I've got. Again, beautiful model. I'll put the links down below. I do apologize for the lack of content. I still also owe you a couple other days of my trip that I took up north, and I've got day 1 up, but I've got day 2 and 3 in the works. So again, thank you much. Enjoy and print everything you can.